Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. Now, the title and the actual thumbnail for this actually might look a little bit clickbait, but this is actually not an April Fool's joke, actual proper news, just so you guys know on the beforehand, before we get actually dive in the video itself. But there's actually some really bad stuff that Sony's getting involved in right now, and basically they've actually been shut down and stalled them out from the actual literal government. So kind of crazy stuff. The US, the Justice Department actually stalled them out too as well for some major acquisitions, and a lot of really bad things kind of going on right now with Sony. So we're going to talk about that throughout this video. Kind of some weird news too as well. And if any of you guys have ever watched my Twitch stream, you guys know this might be a little bit of an interesting video too as well that we actually get to go and talk about. So if any of you guys are brand new, welcome guys. We've been covering up a lot of Sony news up on the channel. So if you guys do like this type of stuff, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We also do a lot of the PS5 restock stuff on the channel too as well. So if you guys are just trying to get your console, I got you guys. Or just be subscribed for the PS5 giveaway. And of course, leave a like down below if you guys enjoy these types of videos, or leave a comment on your thoughts. It's actually kind of a little bit of an interesting conversation piece, if anything. So definitely want to hear your thoughts down below. We have the Amazon links for the PS5s, the Twitter and Twitch streams down below, and the Weebles in Coinbase. Basically, sign up for Coinbase or either or, and you guys go get free Bitcoin. Link down below. So as I'm talking about this, guys, literally Sony is actually getting in some heat right now with the literal government. So as I mentioned on this stuff, Sony's been trying their best to actually go and buy a really big streaming service. And actually, the one kind of conversation here I'd want to know for this thing is if you guys are kind of weebs like how I am, this last anime season has been very, very good, and I'm a little bit sad that so many of the good animes like Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan are getting like, have to wait a little longer for the next seasons. So I'd actually love to know if any of you guys out there are in the same boat as me. But basically, Sony has been trying their best to go and acquire a streaming service known as Crunchyroll. If you guys don't know what Crunchyroll is, basically that's just where you guys go to go watch the newest anime episodes. It's basically like TV, where they'll go and air new episodes once a week, and then it stays there for perpetuality once it's there. So basically, you guys want to watch the coolest animes, you basically go check out Crunchyroll. But there's kind of a big acquisition issue going on right now, which we're going to be diving into in this article itself. And as I mentioned, the government is literally trying to go get into this one. I've actually stalled it on out and is saying that this deal may not actually happen. So basically, Sony's getting banned by the government itself. So let's go dive into this one. Of course, I would love to hear your comments down below, so definitely make sure you guys go and do it. As I mentioned, not an April Fool's joke as well. So kind of start off over here saying, is it crunch time for Sony's takeover of Crunchyroll? The proposed acquisition of specialized streaming platform Crunchyroll by the Japanese hardware and entertainment giant may now be facing an additional degree of regulatory uncertainty and delay. Tech website The Information reported that the U.S. Justice Department has extended its antitrust review into the deal. The move could delay completion of the deal by as much as 6 months or even derail it completely. So basically, the government is stepping on in, making sure that Sony cannot potentially go buy this, mainly because if you guys don't know about monopolies and such, basically if you own too much of a certain thing, the government wants to prevent that, or more so not like allow you to go and basically make and buy more websites that take over even more market share to kind of go and try to simulate a very fair economy as well. That's basically being trying to be like Amazon buying up like Target, Walmart, Best Buy, etc., and then there's nothing left. So just in case you guys are curious on that, or a little bit on the younger side. The deal was announced in December last year with a price tag of $1 billion. It sees Funimation, a joint venture between Sony Pictures Entertainment and Aniplex, a wholly owned subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment Japan, buying 100% of Crunchyroll operator Elation Holdings from Otter Media, part of AT&T's Warner Media cluster. Now, you guys actually, if you guys watch my Twitch stream, I'm actually kind of long on AT&T stock because they have a good dividend, and I would actually be somewhat okay just off of that alone if Sony actually keeps Crunchyroll, because I do kind of feel like anime is a growing industry and will keep on getting bigger. But of course, for me as a Sony fanboy, I also do like the idea that Sony wants to go and actually get it, because I see a very long-term growth for people watching anime or being involved with anime as well. And if anything, I almost want to say that Crunchyroll's not even like is probably worth even more than $1 billion, if anything, based on how many actual subscribers are mixed on in. So Sony noted at the time that the deal was subject to regulatory approvals, but it did not attempt to forecast when those might be completed. Sony had not responded to Variety's latest inquiries by press time. According to the information, the Justice Department is reviewing the deal to see if it would give Japanese animation studios fewer options to distribute shows in the United States. Crunchyroll claims more than 3 million subscription VOD subscribers and some 90 million, which is huge, more so on the customer base alone, registered users across more than 200 countries and territories. It offers ad-supported VOD, mobile games, manga, events, merchandise, and distribution. Crunchyroll says it has more than 1,000 titles and over 30,000 anime episodes, which it claims represents the world's largest anime library. In the United States, Crunchyroll's ad-free subscription service is $7 a month, $8.99 or $7.99 per month, and includes simulcast of Japanese anime programs as soon as 1 hour after they air. So if you guys don't know, it basically just watch anime, and there's a lot of users. It's probably one of the most known streamed anime websites out there. So the major issues you guys can probably tell by the article is that Funimation, which also does a lot of anime, custom anime shows, etc., and Crunchyroll are probably the two main distributors in actual hostings of basically anime right now. So there's like a little bit of a legal issue mixed on in, because if they own both of those, they should realistically have a chance to, well, take over the market. Now, I'm a little bit on the indifferent side. I kind of want to hear your thoughts down below, mainly because a lot of different other websites, such as Netflix, do have their own custom anime or even other shows as well. So I'm kind of on the iffy side, because there are other hosters of anime, and I do kind of feel like it's not that much of a monopoly mixed on in for Sony, but I'd be kind of curious to hear your thoughts down below. So basically, anime fans have voiced fears that Sony would merge Funimation and Crunchyroll and reduce choice or increase prices, which I'd actually be okay with if they more so just merge it together and kept the same price point, more so to kind of have like a bigger offering for the same amount of price. I'd be okay with that. But I mean, if they increased price for sure, or had like a little bit of issues with that, of course I would not be okay with that. Others have questioned whether a shift of ownership from Warner to Sony would also shake up content co-ventures between Crunchyroll and Warner, such as VRV and Toonami. The fate of Crunchyroll relations with Viz Media and Webtoon for home video releases and manhwa licensing respectively is also unclear. There's basically just a lot of like big government kind of stepping stones mixed on in with this, which is kind of just not good for Sony, because you always want clarity when you're trying to go do these really big billion-dollar acquisitions going on. Sony, which lacks a global streaming platform like Disney Plus or HBO Max, which once again, I want to say I'm biased, I actually have AT&T stock. I would love if Crunchyroll just more so got included with an HBO Max subscription, but realistically, AT&T probably makes more money keeping them separate, if anything. Which also may see the deal as addressing some of the disadvantage it currently operates at compared to other entertainment conglomerates that include a Hollywood studio and a direct-to-consumer video business. Sony may also be able to go and see proposed deals as bolstering its position in a specialistic corner of the streaming universe, as it's strengthening its position in quintessentially Japanese product. That was a lot of big words up in one sentence right there. The US market for anime is fragmented with 5 leading companies, including Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Amazon Prime Video, which, and if you guys are anime watchers, weebs, whatever, realistically, Amazon Prime Video is not really a big foothold in animation. I'm just going to be honest on there. And High Drive, I've never even heard of myself. So maybe there is a little bit of an issue, mainly because Netflix only has a very small of their own studio, and it's really not that big overall. And I guess Crunchyroll and Funimation is more so on the bigger side. But the one issue, is, in my opinion, is more so that Crunchyroll is more of a simulcast website rather than making their own anime. Now, they have done their own custom anime, and they've made some really good webtoons as well, such as Tower of God, etc. But I feel like overall, Crunchyroll is more so on the actual showing and distribution-wise, rather than they're making their own shows, which I guess also does kind of relate back to Funimation too as well, because they've done a lot of cool stuff like that back in the day. So basically, Netflix, which is many multiples bigger than Crunchyroll in the United States, is investing heavily in Japanese and Korean animation, and may be on its way to becoming a market leader if it's not already. I would actually say it's probably going up pretty high up there, because they've actually had some pretty good custom-made Netflix shows and also Netflix movies as well, even animated movies. If the DOJ decided to try to block the deal, the only impact would be to keep Sony, which owns no other streaming services in the United States, a tiny player in streaming, while benefiting companies like Netflix and Amazon. The information suggested in an accompanying opinion piece. So a lot of stuff to kind of go and talk about over here. As I mentioned, not an April Fool's joke, and it does kind of sting a little bit that the government is shutting out Sony, but I can maybe see that very small amount of potentially monopoly kind of being built on. And with this, I can kind of go either way. As you guys know, I'm a Sony fanboy. I have my PS5. We're giving out a PS5. Make sure you guys are subscribed with that. But for that, I'm okay with it. Because if I could get like Crunchyroll or anything nice on my PS5, I'd be down. I could be hanging out on my couch, like watching on my TV and watching some weebs. I'm down with that. But at the same time, I also have AT&T stock, so I'm a little bit biased because I don't think AT&T should sell it, because like long term will be good for my AT&T stock. I also do have Sony stock too as well, so I'm not like, too biased on either end. But I do find a little bit more on the intriguing side and how they were going to kind of apply more so differentiate between the actual custom making, because Crunchyroll has made their own custom anime shows. Same with Netflix, and more so on the distribution rights, because also Netflix has also bought distribution rights from other previous animes in Japan, as well as also so is Crunchyroll and Funimation. So it's going to be very kind of curious to go and see how the government goes and differentiates between the two, and if that actually will 100% block out the deal. But it does kind of not look that good, especially with the government basically banning Sony. As I mentioned, that just sounds like an April Fool's title, so I feel bad about this for this news that we're covering. But it is actually kind of bad that the government is actually speaking out against it and trying to more so delay and postpone the potential acquisition. But I guess also for $1 billion purchase, especially when it comes with AT&T, there is a lot of issues and legality issues mixed on in, so I can kind of understand it. I do like Crunchyroll. I support the anime industry, so I don't mind, but I would like to also, I'd be okay if they kind of did have a chance to merge it with Funimation and offered more shows, even at maybe like a slightly higher price, just to have more options and also for simulcast. But at the same time too as well, I'm somewhat okay with them keeping separate options available, because there is usually a pretty big difference in actual things being shown and actually available on one of those websites. So I would love to hear your thoughts down below. A very intriguing thing too as well, at least in my opinion, and also kind of bad news for Sony that the government's basically like blocking them down and basically banning them from doing trade deals. It's not good. But if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed. Would love to hear your comments down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed for the PS5 giveaway as well. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed and made it this far. We have the Twitter and Twitch streams down below if you guys want to follow. The Amazon links too as well, with the disc and the digital for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock, free money, and Coinbase. If you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. I love you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys up on the next video all throughout today. Hope you guys all enjoy, and I'll see you guys up later on. Love you guys all, and have a good rest of your nights or days. I don't know, whatever time you guys watch this.